years I've been
10
here.
years?
Moved up from Las Vegas.
And you actually were up here before that in the 70s?
I was in, yeah, I was in a band up here in mid-1970s called Shaky Jake.
Shaky Jake.
Oh, that was a good band. Power trio. Big high watt amplifiers. I'd started to play before the Beatles came out, but we were into, our band was into California surf bands.
And when did you start writing music?
Well, I don't know, right around that time. Started writing some really crappy tunes, you know. Not everyone's
awesome.
a jewel. Yeah.
So what was it like growing up in Vegas as a musician?
Vegas was cool in the late 50s and 60s, and when the hotels had, each hotel had a couple of lounges, each with bands. Like when I was a kid, we used to ride our bikes out to the Flamingo Hotel, which was Bugsy Siegel's hotel. You know, that was one of the first ones. We had our bikes out there, and the lounge had like Wayne Cochran and C.C. Riders, Fats Domino, and we'd go in there and watch until the security kicked us out. You know, and every hotel had a big band, a big orchestra, so there was musicians everywhere. The Union was
He's so glad to see you, my
3,500,
friends.
4,000 people.
Welcome to the club. In old Las Vegas, another time, another day. Everybody dressed in style. The ladies all look wild, and the high rollers, they played a game of chance. Maybe they'd find romance in old Las Vegas. In old Las Vegas.
When did you start doing theater work?
Oh, well, the first exposure I got was one of the first big-time professional gigs I got is I was the lead guitarist in Hair, which started on Broadway, Hair, the musical, you know. When the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter aligns with Mars.
When did you start writing plays? When did you write your first play?
Well, not till way later, you know, not till I started writing one in about 1975, 76, which I still haven't finished, called A Circle of Stones. That's when I lived up here around Lake Tahoe area, and I still have some of the tunes. You're going to be hearing some of those tunes, but I really didn't finish that one. The first thing I really finished was The Last Rainforest, which we did in Las Vegas in 1994 at the Old Huntridge
Didn't you
Theater.
do a little movie work?
Yeah, hey, I did a movie with with Marilyn Chambers, which was in the 80s or so. She was one of the first porno stars that actually had movies with some kind of semblance of a plot to them, besides your average porno stuff. You know, it had and in the one I was in and I wrote some songs for was called Up and Coming. And she played a country
Now,
singer.
You've done a lot of charity work. How did you get involved in that? What does that do for you?
Well, it makes me feel good to take issues that are on my mind and try to make something happen with them musically. When we did our last Rainforest show in Las Vegas, the response, like I said, was we were competing with the major showrooms and stuff, so we never really got it happening. But then I moved up here to Reno, and we got it happening in all the public schools. We played every public school in the Reno area and out here in Lyon County and up at Lake Tahoe and we played at 40, 50 schools we played in with this.
Tell me a little bit about the Big Wind production, because that's
Big
more
Wind.
current.
Yeah, we did that the year that Hurricane Katrina hit Louisiana. I was watching TV and was so touched by the things that were happening that I started working on tunes for another production show called Big Wind, which we did up in Virginia City as a dinner theater. And that was
There was one more play that had more of a Nevada theme that you wrote,
Oh, yeah.
directed, and
Mhm,
produced.
that's a good one.
And that was
That's another one, too. I like
Cat House
Yeah.
Afternoon.
Cat House Afternoon.
And we have released 2 cuts of Cat House.
We have some of those on the...
They're released
They're
now on
already
YouTube.
released.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's a bunch coming, folks.
That's a kind of a more popular
Did we do...
body.
With me, beat me, call me bad doggy. Honey, be mean to me. Did we do that one? Yeah, I think we have.
No,
already.
we've been purposely not doing that one.
There's a reason for that. All right. Well, that's in the show.
That's one of Will's probably most requested tunes, and as most musicians know at some point. Well, tell me a little bit about your family, your influences.
What family? I'm
Yeah.
adopted.
Yeah, well,
I was raised by my mother, who was my sole inspiration.
and she
She
supported
used
you.
to come home from work. She was a budget director at Clark County, and she worked hard. And back then, for a woman's wages wasn't the same as a man, I'll tell you. And she scuffled. And she'd come home from work, and there'd be this stinking band set up in the front room. And after a whole day's work, she'd have to hear, and she'd always, "That's wonderful, boys," you know. And she was a piano player and a piano teacher.
So did she adopt you as a single parent?
No. She, but I never really knew my father. He left soon after. My house I had in Las Vegas, which I sold, is now a recording studio, which my mother would love because music was in her. She just loved to play. I used to come home when I all loaded sometimes and Mom, play the piano, let's jam. And she'd get up, no matter what, you know, she'd get up and we'd play and have a great time. It was really fun.
Now, where did you meet Sherry?
Sure.
She's not here. We can talk about her.
That's right, yeah. I met Sherry at a motorcycle rally. I'm a long-time motorcycle rider, and at the time I had my Harley, and she was organizing a blood donor drive or something. That's another reason I do a lot of these charity projects, because she is the original charity girl. And she always talks me into doing them. But I like it.
Well,
I really do.
she's one of the real Christians. She
Well,
walks the walk.
She walks the walk.
She does.
She does, you know. It's not just the, she's a real one.
Yep.
Yeah. And so she taught, I saw her 6 feet tall, skinny, good looking blonde babe. She now has red hair, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Red rose.
Was that before or after her motorcycle accident?
No, she had her cast on her leg when I met her. She
So-
still looked great.
Yeah.
She was standing with a cast up to here, and she had a little short Levi cut-off pants and a little tank top, and I was like, whoa. Whoa. I don't want that, babe.
Yeah, and she handles a lot of the business end of the world.
Yeah.
Very simple. You sing what I sing. Whip me, beat me, call me bad doggy. That's it. It's very simple. Over and over, we do this in the song. Whip me, beat me, call me bad doggy. Ought to be made of me. Tie me up and spank me. I'll take you on bended knees.
So, what are your goals with the song of the day? What are you looking for?
Well, you know, I've been writing tunes since 60, 66, 67. That's a long time. And throwing them at people, sending them off to record companies, sending them off to artists, and trying to get some interest in them. And I never could. You know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not the greatest businessman, and I'm bad at follow up and stuff. But I have in my drawer in the bedroom, we can go look, well, we'll look later, a stack of rejection notices.
We've been talking
from
about
record
scanning
companies.
those and putting them on our website.
Yeah, maybe
the form
that's-
of credentials.
Oh yeah. But now the situation seems to be changing. You don't have to go hustle a record deal or a record company. You can put your stuff out there. Just put it out there in the world and see if people like it.
Play a little song about our house. This is our house. Welcome to our house. It's the house on High Street. On High Street, my baby and me and life is sweet. I sit on the porch and tap your feet. I've got everything to make my life complete. Wasn't always that way. It's going day by day. On High Street, we're rubbing elbows with the really elite. We're moving on up from downtown. Pretty soon we'll have a chauffeur to drive us around. House is very mystical. This old house is really historical. Ooh. House on High Street, my baby and me and life is sweet. Sit on the porch and tap your feet. I got everything to make my life complete. Wasn't always that way. Kept us going day by day. On High Street, we're rubbing elbows with the really elite. We're moving on up from downtown. Pretty soon we'll have a chauffeur to drive us around. There's something very mystical. This old house is really historical. On High Street. House on High Street. House on High Street. House on High Street. See you later, everybody. We'll see you next time on the House on High Street.
Have you seen my Creole woman? Oh, can you tell me? Well, you ain't no friend of mine. Ain't no friend of mine.
Thank you.